All right, Tribe of Fam. I actually have another stream up here. One of my friends streams. I'm gonna mute that. Going in the background. We are live again in the Discord and co-working lounge on Friday. This is the Christmas Eve celebration. So happy Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and then we got Sunday is the day to celebrate. We hope you guys have some great time with family, enjoy a little break from work, and come back refreshed for the new year. We are going to have a Christmas party on the 20 not no sorry Christmas party is on the 30th. Be there. We're going to have a few giveaways, nitro, and also a competition to see who comes with the wackiest, wonkiest, craziest Christmas sweater, shirt, background. We'll also take backgrounds if you change your background, and or snap filters. If you have the snap filter app like I do, you can get it for free. It's really fun. But anything basically that is wacky Christmas related will be enough to enter into the community vote to get a Nitro subscription. And there's a few other things that we're offering that'll be released later. And with that being said, we're going to move into a little bit of game development. We're working in Unreal Engine with Zach today. Again, thanks, Zach, for joining us. We love watching this game develop. Why don't you just tell us a little bit as we get into it and watch this cute little animation? Where did this concept come from, and what's the goal of this game?
All right, so well, this game was originally a fan game, but I decided to adapt it into a more original concept. And the goal of it is, um, I can't remember what the goal of it is.
Well, I mean, I don't just mean the goal of the game, the goal of you developing this project as a new or young programmer and artist. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong or cut me off, but I feel like this is Zach's um, like masterpiece, a collection of all his knowledge thus far put into a game, his artistic talent, his musical talent, his game and programming knowledge, his experience playing cute fun games like Ori and the Blind Forest, and now he's sort of making his own version. It's, not a full-fledged storyline game, but he's put in a lot of work to creating kind of a showcase for his talents and skills, which I think is really cool to see, and is something that every developer app, maybe you want to make a Discord app, or you want to make a bot, you want to make a website for other people, you need to be able to create it yourself and showcase that work. So Zach is doing that really well here, and I'm really excited that he's part of the Triba community, and y'all can join and watch this because it'll not only teach you if you want to learn how to make games, it'll also show you how he collaborates with the community. He's done this very well in other groups as well, just getting feedback from people, making little changes, letting them kind of guide the flow, but him having the ultimate say in what happens. So Zach's a really incredible community guy. He's very friendly, great dude to know. One of my good friends, and hangs out with me and my wife after hours, sometimes playing games. And hopefully we'll be able to play some games in Triba 2 after this. We'll work for a bit, and then we like to play for a bit. So since it's lunch hour, we'll also play a little bit of Doom Eternal or Sea of Thieves or something. And if you guys hop in the channel, you can also join our activities. I'll start an activity with Nitro. And just a reminder, for the Christmas party on the 30th, Nitro lets you, if you win Nitro, you can add animated emojis, customize your profile banner on here. You can see my customized banner. I've got my background, my profile actually. Oh, it's streamer mode. But it has all my links and everything. And then you can also start activities. You can click this and do a chess game, putt-putt, which is really fun. And I haven't tried Bobble League, but there's poker, Sketchhead, Blazing Eights, a spell case game, which I think is like Wordle. Then we got Letter League, Scrabble, checkers, lots of really fun stuff for you to try out if you have Nitro. So come to that Christmas party on the 30th, invite your friends. It's going to be a fun time. We'll see you then. Zach, let's just do some development and we'll talk about whatever Maybe we should ask people, what's your favorite indie game? Zach, what's your favorite indie game?
Um, hmm. I don't know because I'm not really sure what which of the games I like constitute as an indie game because like an indie game is class is it's basically classified by a game that's made by either a single person or a really small studio.
Right.
Um,
I generally consider indie games anything that's not developed by Epic, Riot, Tencent, any of the
basically,
main gaming companies. I'd consider an indie game.
basically anything that isn't developed by a AAA company.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, I think my favorite triple or indie game would probably be No Man's Sky. Either that or
Hmm.
Ori games, but I don't know if the Ori games are indie or AAA. But I know that No Man's Sky was made by a relatively small team when it started out.
Interesting. I've never tried No Man's Sky, but I've heard really, really great things. I think Ori is still considered an indie game because I mean, it just did really, really well because it was well made. I don't know though. If anybody knows, put it in chat. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is a cute little animation. How
Yeah.
long did this take?
Um, this animation, it took me like probably an hour or two, maybe less than an hour.
Wow. And that does that include customizing all the what are those called? Anchor points?
Um, these are the IK restraints. IK short for inverse kinematics. It makes it so that you can move bones more efficiently. But they
Is it
help
just
me
more
like,
efficient or is it something that's
yeah,
necessary?
it's more efficient.
How
It's
would you
not
do it without
necessary,
it?
but hmm?
How would you do it without it?
Um, well, there's two ways you could do it. Let me go into pose mode for a second. So Blender comes with a feature called Auto IK. Basically makes it so that when you select a bone at the end of like a chain of bones and you move it, then it'll do the IK thing automatically without you needing any constraints.
Okay, so that added bones for you based on your the architecture you built or you imported.
Yeah, basically. It
Okay.
doesn't do the exact same thing. Like as you can see here, the foot doesn't rotate the
Yeah,
way
it's
it
not
should.
nearly as smooth as what you've made.
Yeah.
So
The
you just
other
you
option,
basically added a lot more specific anchor points than it was able to automatically generate, or did it come with those generated?
it came with all the other bones generated, but the IK restraints I had to set up myself.
Okay.
Yeah. The other option, which I actually did when I was starting out, is moving each and every bone individually, which I would not advise. So like I would have to like go in and manually move all of these into position for every single frame.
This stuff is called rigging, right?
Creating the actual skeleton is rigging, but this is the animation process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so last time I made this nice little walking animation, and
Nice. Can you pan left a little? Nice.
and yeah, since then I've done quite a lot more.
Oh,
There's
really?
there's now
Exciting.
a jump animation, a falling animation, a land animation, two animations or three animations for flying, and two animations for melee.
Nice. Let's see them.
I'll show you them in the game itself.
All right, dude, this is so
So
cool to see this come to
let me
life. Oh my
change the
gosh.
engine itself
Let
because
me reposition the window real quick. I think I have it. It's off a little bit. There we go. And then if I close the chat, because nobody's watching the chat, or no one's typing in the chat right now. Okay, cool. Now it's perfect.
Alright, so
Crystal clear. It would be cool if we had a webcam of you to put on it too. People love seeing a face with the designer. And I'll put it in the corner, like small.
Yeah, but my computer's camera kind of sucks.
It's okay, it'll be small. And you look like a developer. You look like a control center operator.
My computer's
Just
kinda...
try it. Just try it. You can turn it off in a few minutes, but I just want to see how you feel. Give you maybe pointers. You know, this is the best time to try it because it's Christmas and no one's hanging out right now. So, like, no one's going to watch this right now, but it would be good to practice. And it doesn't matter if the quality's off. Don't worry about that. We'll work on quality later. It is loading. Now it may have frozen. Are you running Discord in desktop or app? Or website? Zach?
Hey guys.
Hey, what up? How's it going, Ubani?
I'm alright. I'm alright.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah. Mm. You know, I posted a LinkedIn post maybe like last, and it was around a idea.
People who are joining.
Yeah, you gotta stop your camera and maybe leave and rejoin.
Yeah, you'll have to do that.
Oh, wait, no, Zach, wait. It's working.
Wait.
It's working.
Hey. It's working.
Ubani, we are streaming, though, and we're getting some clips. So if you want to catch up after this, I'm totally down. We're just doing a specific stream right now.
Cool, no problem.
All right. So Zach is showing us in-game now the animations that he's made over the last week. It's pretty crazy to see how far it's already come in just a week. So let's look at this and see what he's done. He's put a lot of work into this. What is this animal first for people? This is a unique little mythical animal.
It's called a forest drake.
Forest drake.
Dragon.
Very cool. It's so adorably cute too. Okay, show us what you got, man. Tell us what your thought process was.
All right, so
first you need a walk. Idle. Yeah, true. Okay, I skipped idle. First you need a walk and idle.
And then there's the
run. It's so cute. He's just like, let's go. Run.
Yep, there's the jumping.
Nice.
There's the flying.
Ooh, that is so smooth. Did this one take the longest?
No, actually.
Really? Dude, that is... So there's like a flying and then a flying idle, right?
Yeah.
The flying idle is perfect. The little tail swoosh back and forth, so cute. The flying animation is also very smooth. Well done.
And, of course, there's the melee.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see,
Devastating. Devastating. Does he have a jump attack?
Not yet.
Not yet. Dude, that melee is pretty cool, though.
You can attack enemies, and when they die, they drop little health pickups. So if I get hurt, apparently he's not hurting me. There we go. You can see I lost a bit of health, but when I pick one of these up, it restores it.
Nice.
if I defeat enough enemies, it'll unlock the next area.
Ooh, that's a really cool little cutscene.
Yeah, and I can now go into here, where I have the first of the puzzle mechanics.
Push it. Push it. One down.
Yeah, very simple, just pushing boxes onto buttons. It's
Can he
basically
attack the boxes?
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything.
What if it like broke the box and then you had to go find another box? Shira said, "Love it, great work, Zach." Thanks, Shira. Hey, biggest thing you guys can do to support this right now is probably go watch the stream and you know just give us a view because we're trying to get the stats up for it so we can get more of this content out there. Go to Tribe of Business community on Twitch. I'll drop a link actually. And you don't, you know, if you don't have an account, make an account, follow us. I was gonna say you don't have to follow us, but you do. Oh, I like how you fixed the axis when you're on walls and stuff.
Yeah.
So now when you jumped before, you would like be flying at the angle you were when you jumped. So he had to figure out.
Yeah, previously when you jumped and you're on a slanted surface, you would just be at that angle, but now when you jump, it corrects it.
Very cool. How did you figure that out?
All by myself. The actual
Oh,
adjusting
that's not what I wanted to hear.
I actually had to follow a tutorial on how to do the adjusting the angle thing.
I wanted to hear I had to ask a community member and they gave me the solution right away. But no, Zach's just like, I brute forced it with my brain.
But that's basically all the features of the game. These next two areas are just the same thing, but
I like there's just a pile. Yo, could you make that like dash roll attack? I really want that. Is there any way we could do that?
sorry, what? I didn't hear you over the sound effects.
Oh. Can we make the dash roll attack?
I can make the functionality for it.
I think it would be really cool.
Alright. But before I do that, I want to show you how all this stuff actually works. So I'll just change this so it's straightening the actual window, because that way you'll be able to see everything. Alright. So let's start with the character blueprint. So this is the character asset. This is all the code that makes it work. Right here, all this stuff in the gray boxes, this is what comes with the character asset by default. It's just all the movement stuff. This is the sprint function. So when you press left, it'll increase your speed, but it'll only increase it if you're able to sprint.
So what do you mean if you're not able to sprint? Like if you're in the way of something or if you are in the middle of another action?
No. So an example is this here is the flying code. When you start flying, it'll make it so that you're not able to sprint. And this makes it so that when you land on the ground, you won't just start sprinting automatically.
So is there a sprint fly function?
Not yet. This is the most one of the most complicated ones. It's the melee combat. Basically, there's every time you press left click, it'll play an animation, and in this animation is what's called a notify. And what it'll do is it'll trigger an event in here, which will perform a line trace, which will shoot a line from one of the bones on the character mesh, and anything that collides with that line will receive damage. And it does this for both of them, depending on which animation is playing.
Oh, nice.
How many people have I lost so far?
Me, go back. Say it again.
No.
Here, Zach, here's the clip. I clipped that just with the animation so you can see like the exact motion. Does that look really hard?
No, I've actually done that before with a different character asset in a different project.
I would love to watch that. That'd be so much fun, and backseat develop it with you.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
Can we start it now? I mean, I don't know if it'll take more than 30 minutes, or an hour.
Do the functionality, but the animation itself, I'd probably have to do on my own time.
But that's the funnest part. We want to watch.
Yeah, but the animation process is rather slow.
Okay, but I I still want to watch it. If we have to do a separate stream, that's fine.
Yeah, when
Just
when I'm
it's
doing
my
it,
baby, my addition to the game. my little contribution aside from shilling it as it's developed and getting it the word out there. That's my
maybe
role.
next Friday we can do it.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Wait, next Friday is that the Christmas party? Yeah, it is. So we
Oh,
could do it before the Christmas party.
Yeah, because the Christmas party's at 7.
Yeah.
All right.
I made it late so everyone could make it.
Yeah, this is the damage function. It's really simple. Takes the damage that's dealt to the player and subtracts that from the health value. Plays a sound effect. Plays an animation on the health bar. And if you run out of health, it'll teleport you to a respawn point.
So does that go either way? Like for the character and for the enemies?
No. When the enemies die, they just get their model
Oh,
just gets destroyed, and it'll respawn a new one.
but I thought you said that was an attack animation.
No,
Oh, it's
that's the
just
attack animation.
oh. So this
Yeah,
is just take damage. Okay.
Yeah. This is the
Collect
collect health
health.
function. All it does is plays an animation for the health bar. The actual gaining health function is in a separate asset. And this is the thing that aligns your character to the surface they're standing on. I'm not going to try to explain all this because I don't understand it.
Okay, wait.
But
So what is this called? Like this process of mapping it all out as opposed to
coding,
the animation. This is the coding side.
yeah, actually labeling all this stuff with all the color coded and commented stuff is internal documentation.
Right.
It's just letting you know what stuff does what.
And this is all in Blender or Unreal.
No, this is in Unreal Engine 5. But yeah, basically this changes your X and Y rotation depending on the surface you're standing on, and when you're not on the ground, it'll reset your X and Y rotation while keeping your Z rotation to whatever direction you're facing. But yeah, that's the
That's the
character asset.
solution right there, right?
Yes.
Was that probably your biggest problem you had to figure out in this game?
Yeah, honestly. Or it's one of them at least.
What other problems have you encountered that were, roadblocks to continuing the development?
The biggest one, honestly, was performance. I had to do a lot of like optimization to ensure that I get a decent frame rate. It's
Mm-hmm.
running at 30 to 40 right now, which is good. But with some of the previous environments I had, it would dip down to like 20 or 10, which is really bad.
And what was the solution?
Downgrade.
So asset quality, downgrade asset quality.
Well, not so much asset quality. These assets are actually built for large open world environments. But the
Okay.
main thing is with this. These are all the scalability settings.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you change these and it'll help boost the FPS. I
Okay.
think they're by default on Epic setting, which if I turn it to that, you'll see it turns.
Thanks, Epic.
Oh, it actually doesn't affect it at all that much. That's strange. But you can see when I changed it to Epic, it just went away. I think that's because it's a default setting. But yeah, Epic is the second highest quality. Cinematic is the highest it can possibly be. You can already see it's starting to dip a little bit, so I'll just change it back to high, I guess. Yes, I'll be fine for now. But yeah, that's my game so far, basically.
That's pretty cool. It really is quite the accomplishment in the time frame you've been working right with this, right? It's
Yeah,
been like what, 6 months
yeah. It's been
since,
6 months since I started this
but a lot of
project,
it was
but
spent on um, building the original character in Blender from scratch, right?
yeah,
That was crazy. I watched that happen too, and it was really, really interesting to watch. But we found, or he found, a whole lot of free assets available and paid assets that you could buy, which this one's paid, but you can do so much with Unreal, not having to build stuff in Blender, but you can make tweaks and things you need to do in Blender. So
yeah,
Blender's like your workshop that you can pull assets into and then bring them into your 3D environment in Unreal. It's pretty crazy. It's like a video game about or for building video games.
yeah. I think Unreal Engine 5 should have gotten Game of the Year, honestly. Also, crystals.
Yeah, I like the crystals. See, did you see where I got the inspiration for the crystal things I was trying to tell you about before?
No.
Do you know where I got the inspiration? Remember when you were developing the other version of the boss
Yeah.
fight or whatever, and I was like, put crystals all over it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess where I got that from?
Was it the wyvern nest?
Yup. Yup, you guessed it.
I just immediately started thinking, what games have a lot of crystals in it? And I remember the wyvern nest from Ark. I was
Yeah,
like,
yep.
yeah, that's probably it.
Didn't you play Ark after that? I think that was before you had played Ark with us.
I think I started playing Ark while I was developing this.
But you hadn't seen the cave yet, because I'm pretty sure I would have said something about it if I had known you played or had seen it.
I know when I saw it the first time, I had hoped I wouldn't have to go in there, and I said to Summer, I won't have to go in there, will I? And she said, not yet. And I quickly caught on to the
Not
fact that I
yet.
said yes.
Not yet.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, do you think we should like restart an Ark world, like start from
Yeah.
scratch?
Well,
Yeah,
so Summer can switch the worlds that are loaded to the server, but we're definitely getting rid of the two servers because it's like $12 a month. And I think it already charged her for the Maru one for this month. So technically, we could just start a new world, but then we'd lose that world when we stop. So we have a world on our server. I think we have two worlds on our server that we switch between. And one of them doesn't have like anything except for a little colony where you were setting up base.
hmm.
And we always start at that same place with that inlet in the stone bridge or stone archways. We always start there where we at our base. So I could talk to her if she wants to do another world. We can start one, a fresh one. She was definitely saying we should bring you into that Ark server though.
Okay, yeah.
If anybody's watching the stream and wants to do a Tribe Ark server, and we get some subs with the gold, we can afford to just transfer that server sub over here.
Yeah,
Uh,
make Tribark a thing.
maybe we'll keep it until January, and then see, if we get enough subs, if we can afford to keep it, and then we just start doing a Tribus gaming hangout, have some Sea of Thieves, a little bit of Ark, a little bit of Minecraft. Can he swim?
There isn't swimming functionality yet.
Is it a he or a her? I mean, a he. Yeah.
It's a female character.
Oh, okay. She. Does she have a name yet?
Her name is Jade. I actually
Jade.
tried using her for a game before, but that game is lost to time.
What if you called it Jade and the Fog of Mina?
I was actually thinking of calling Jade and the Fog of Fate. Sounded cool.
Oh, that does sound pretty cool. I'm gonna clip that. I like that name. Jade and the Fog of Fate. Well, we should make a list. So, do you want, I mean, if we really want to get Triba's support, we have to add some element that like represents Triba. I don't know, maybe there's a side character or um I don't know. What if we've been talking about what mascot to make Triba. Maybe what if it was Jade was like the Triba mascot? What is it? A forest drake is
Honestly, she could be. She has a similar color scheme.
yeah. I mean, it would honestly fit pretty well. Triba, Triba forest drakes. Triba drakes. I'll ask Summer. She's good with
Honestly, she
naming.
could fit well as a mascot.
You could what?
She honestly could fit well as a mascot.
Yeah, Jade the Triba drake. That's kind of cool. Jade in the Fog of Fate. Dang. Huh. Jade and plus other names ideas.
Alright. Now, there's one more thing I'm gonna do. Before I decide to go and play Doom for a bit, I'm gonna quickly implement the functionality for the dash attack. And let me do this.
I wonder what I could get if I did um why is AI artwork not in that? Okay. What if I did a forest drake? Imagine a tropical forest drake. Purple. What else? Purple, gray,
Um, Purple, gray, blue.
blue, cute. What else? Big eyes.
Yeah, green eyes.
What I'm doing the AI generation. I did AI for tropical forest drake, purple, gray, blue, cute, big green eyes, adorable. Let's see what we get. It's not running the app. Why? Hmm. So did you copy a different one and use it as a template?
Hmm?
Did you copy a different one and use it as a template?
For what?
This new action, like
Oh, no, this is still the sprint function, but what I'm doing is adding some extra nodes into it. So what it'll do is it'll check to see if a certain condition is true, and if it is, it'll do the dash function, and if it's not, it'll just do the sprint.
okay.
character, and basically I just copy this launch character function from the melee, and I just adjust it.
So the coloring is just for you, right?
Hmm?
The coloring is just for your own benefit, right? Like the
Yeah.
background coloring.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so everything's a bit more organized in it. Delay for like 3 seconds and then plug it into there. So when you do it, there'll be a 3-second delay, and after that delay, you'll be able to dash again. Alright.
Nice.
Let's just move this start point to more open area and see how it works. So when you're flying, it ain't doing none.
Wait, why when you're flying?
Hmm?
Why when you're flying and not when you're on the ground? Because what are you gonna dash into on? Oh well, I guess yeah, both. But I was thinking when you were walking, be able to do like a barrel roll dash forward,
Well,
like a
maybe
dash,
for
like a
barrel.
dash attack, but a barrel roll version. Maybe you could just start it off with a dash forward and then the melee attack. Like if you hold shift and press attack, it like runs forward or does a little like lunge.
It doesn't seem to be doing it. Alright. Oh, maybe it's because of this. Okay. Alright. I see what the problem is. Because the sprint function is false, it doesn't execute this, and so it won't execute this, and so it won't execute this, so I just have to rearrange it. There. Put it there, and just move this up like that, and see if that works. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, did it for a sec. For some reason, when I do it, it makes me fall to the ground. But it does do the dash, so that's good. But for some reason, whenever I do it, it just makes me fall to the ground. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I'm actually in a flying movement mode. Maybe if I get rid of these and just set my gravity to 0. Set gravity scale. And what is my gravity? 2. Set that to 2. And then the one down here, I set it to 0.
Forest Drake is
Honestly, she could be. She has a similar
I'm just looking for this clip to share it in the Indie Games Discord, actually.
Let's see, to set the
Maybe we should
movement
ask
speed
people, what's your
because at the
favorite indie
moment
game?
I'm sluggish.
Zach, what's your favorite indie game?
Set max speed to list of max flying speed 1600.
Testing.
1600.
Testing.
Put that in and do that, and then just change this to 600.
Testing.
Put it to there.
Zach, say something.
What?
I was trying to make sure the audio was set all right. See what he's done. He's put a lot of work into this. Unique little
Called a force.
cute too. Man, tell us what your thought. See what he's. Ooh, that is so smooth. Did this one take the longest?
No, actually.
Really? Ooh, that. Okay, I found the link.
It's false. Okay, there we go. We have a little dash function in the air. So now I press shift, it'll boost you forward.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Right. And then next Friday, we can do the animation for
That
it to
is
make it look
so
cooler.
All right, we got something to look forward for next week. It is 104, so
yeah.
we'll officially pause the live stream, or we'll pause the development for now. We can still keep streaming and play some games as well. If you want to play Doom, I'll just stream what you're showing, and I'm
Right.
sure people will find it interesting.
Right. I do have to install it first, which
You
might
can
take
install. Why is Doom a good game?
because Doom Eternal is a good game because it's it gives you like that high energy feel without like it gives you like trying to explain it can't find the words. God, why can't I explain why Doom Eternal is a good game? Right now, you'll see when I play it, but it's good.
I'm looking at the indie game business Discord right now, and they have some jobs here for community and social media manager. I wonder what they're looking for. I'm gonna see. We could bring them in and do some collabs as well, and do make some content with other indie game studios. That would be a really good in for you to learn or to make the connections.
This is
I mean,
gonna take
imagine if you interviewed somebody from a big game, or you know what I mean, a big indie game studio, big relative to indie games, or an indie game group, and you and I interviewed them. But you know, I'll be that like upbeat energy, get us into it, and then you ask like any questions you would have, almost like as a reverse interview, as if you wanted to work for them and you were trying to find out everything you could about working for them. That would be perfect kind of questions for, like, what's it like working on with your studio? What's it like? What do you guys do on a regular week? What's your cadence? What do you talk about? What's the team breakup? What are your hours? Whatever you want to ask. What do you guys pay? I don't know. And I'll ask the community questions like, how are you marketing it? What content? What engagement stuff? That would be a pretty cool tag team for one of these events, maybe in January or February.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Again.
And then obviously we're gonna get a lot of eyes on your game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to do it, man. That is what works. And you're getting like thousands of dollars worth of what I do for consulting and for free. Not trying to make you feel like you owe me anything. I do it because I love it. I like you, and I like what you're doing. Bro, I don't know how long that's gonna take, but
Yeah,
what if you showed us something else, another game? What's your favorite indie game on here? Ori?
Yes, my favorite indie game has to be the Ori games, especially Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Why do you like Ori?
It captures that like fantasy style that I'm really into.
Yeah.
And also has in my opinion, the best video game soundtrack ever. Like there are obviously contenders like Doom Eternal has a really good one. God of War Ragnarok, which came out recently, has a good one as
really?
well. But this one is by far my favorite.
Are you gonna play it, or are you gonna wait for Doom?
Yeah, I could play a bit of it.
As long as it won't slow it down too much.
Hopefully not. We can play a bit of this, and then maybe we can play a bit of Sea of Thieves as well. I definitely should have downloaded Doom Eternal beforehand.
Yeah. I gotta get a little bit of work done here while you play this. You wanna play some music, maybe your best of 2022 in the chat? Or other music you have that you like listening to when you're developing? I'm imagining you probably just don't listen to your music on repeat, so whatever you would listen to, or we can listen to the Ori soundtrack if I can.
Yeah, we can just.
Are you sharing the actual game?
Yeah.
Or your desktop?
Because
I don't hear the game.
Window. There we go. Should be.
Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Now it's like a Twitch stream, a normal Twitch stream. Perfect. I like this setup. It's the good reprieve from the pure business stuff we do.
Yeah. Also, you likely won't hear me talking a lot, if at all, while I'm playing this. Because I tend to just get lost in it.
Or I'll pull you back to reality while you play it.
Yeah.
So how did you get started with game development, Zach? What was the first thing you tried your hands at?
Basically, how I got into game development was I fucked around and found out.
Well, was it because you played so many games as a kid, or was there like a desire to make something specific?
Well, I didn't really get into game development until a lot later, like a long time after I discovered stuff like Unreal Engine. But getting into Unreal Engine was mainly just because it was a way to express my creativity a lot better. I forget how to play this game.
Ooh.
There we go. Right, but yeah, it was basically a way for me to create something, or basically anything that I could imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you've really done that. I've seen a lot of really cool stuff come out of your imagination. Can you break that wall?
I need this guy here in order to do it.
Oh, nice. Well done. See, I would be like redoing stuff like that all the time and like dying on these. Wow, that's really cool. The environment interaction and background animation stuff is really pretty.
Yeah,
It's just one of the most beautiful games I've seen.
Yeah, there's so many little details that it honestly doesn't need, but it just adds to it so much.
Yeah.
Ooh, hello there. Yeah, so that Shriek, she's the antagonist.
Sharika. Wait, isn't there a Sharik in here who just was joined a little bit ago?
Hmm?
Or was that Shari? Sharia? It was Sharia. What do those little crystals give you?
Those are keystones. They help you unlock doors.
Ah. Are they like lockpicks or what? Oh, okay, so you have to have all the keystones to get through.
Yeah. Also, fair warning, this game is sad. So yeah, just heads up for that. Oh god. This is so much harder to do on PC. First time I played this, it was on Xbox, but this is a lot harder to do.
Oh, controller's probably way easier for this than keyboard.
Yeah, a lot easier. This is gonna be tough. Especially because I have to press shift in order to glide, in order to go up, and I have to press it with my pinky.
Wait, you don't use your pinky normally?
No.
What do you use in Sea of Thieves? Wait, you don't use buttons to the left of WASD?
I do use... Well, yeah, but... In Sea of Thieves, I'm just able to hold it down and go, but in this game, I have to, like, tap it intermittently in order to get through it properly.
There's no
Which
setting
is
for that?
very tough.
Oh, so you're like constantly using that. Shift is your jump?
No, space is
Oh,
jump.
space is jump.
But shift I use to glide through the air. Oh god. just gonna turn my camera off because it doesn't really do much.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine. Whoa. Those are some detailed cutscenes.
I've actually been doing a lot of fan art of this game recently, and also starting to animate them.
I did see some of that stuff on my social the other day. Socials. It was looking good. Right now I'm making an event banner for learn how hang out and learn. Hey Larko. I just saw your message, sorry. It was a while ago. How you doing? How you doing, man?
Can you see now why this is my favorite game?
Yeah, it's very beautiful. It's Jabba. It's Jabba the Hutt.
His name's Kolak, and he's a toad.
Looks like Jabba the Hutt. Probably change it to Ori.
I mean, you could probably just put it to gaming, because we won't just be playing this.
Oh, yeah, I just meant for the category on Twitch. Oh, that's true, okay. Can you just do generally gaming? Gaming late at night, games and demos. I'll try games and demos. Because in a way, we're kind of demoing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?